are your favorite foods?
Well, I like fruits and...
Me too! I love apples! I love sunflower seeds!
Sounds good. What do you guys do on your days off?
I'm unemployed. I'm busy playing in the kitchen every day. And you?
Well, I like staying at home, so...
I see. You like to watch anime too? It's so interesting, isn't it? Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you speak any foreign languages besides English?
In addition to English, I can understand French and...
Really? That's amazing! Awesome!
Please listen to me. I need to understand. Why do you interrupt me in the middle of my talk?
I'm interrupting? Sorry.
I see. I understand what you guys are talking about.
I didn't mean to interrupt him. Why was he angry?
I guess that a difference in conversation culture.
The difference in conversation culture? Tell me about it.
Okay, well, today let me show you why misunderstandings occur between Japanese and native English speakers and the differences in our conversational cultures. On the website of Lingalift, which provides online Japanese language classes for English speakers, the following is written about Japanese "あいづち", or active listening from the perspective of native English speakers. Japanese people have a frighteningly frequent exchange of words, saying things like "yeah", "ah", and "so", which can be very tiring if you are not used to it. If they don't speak up all the time, they seem to become worried about whether or not the other person is listening.
Oh no! That'll mean that the more we show that we are listening intently to what the other person is saying, the more annoyed they become.
A study comparing the English of Japanese speakers and native speakers from the United States shows that Japanese speakers use 3 times as many aizuchi, audible responses, compared to English speakers.
I see. If you make an aizuchi response to someone during their talk time, English speakers might take it as a slight to them, like, "You don't respect me." Since he was a native English speaker, I should have listened to him until he finished talking.
In other words, if the other person listened intently and doesn't chime in, it's not because they are not interested in what you are saying, but because they must respect your talk time. I used to have a hard time talking to people who don't have a lot of aizuchi-based responses, but after learning about this difference, I'm no longer anxious about it.
I didn't know about that difference.
First of all, empathy is such an important part of communication in Japanese society. In the case of communication with such a cultural background, it's very important how many times and how you insert your aizuchi responses in the conversation. It directly indicates the level of interest you have in what the other person is saying. I heard that the average number of Japanese people's aizuchi is 10 to 20 times per minute. Take the following conversation as an example. "The weather is terrible today, isn't it?" Yeah. It snowed so much that I woke up early. Then? When I left home thinking I was finally done shoveling snow. Was the bus super late? That's right, and it was already very crowded. Same thing happened to me. Bison gives a signal that it's okay to continue talking by saying, yeah, and interjecting with, them during the talk. In other words, conversation is a collaborative effort between speaker and listener.
If the listener doesn't have to respond with Iuchi, the speaker might get anxious, thinking, maybe Bisa is not interested in what I'm saying. I see. In English conversations, the roles of the listener and the speaker are more clear. That's why listeners are required to be respectful and listen quietly. Japanese communications feel like two people talking together and creating a united mood. Therefore, good manners for the listener is to respond with Iuchi at each break in the conversation and create a flow that makes it easy for the speaker to continue speaking. That's completely different.
But let's not forget that communication styles vary greatly from person to person, even if they are from the same culture.
I realize that even though we have different communication styles, it is common for us to show mutual respect.
I agree. By the way, what type of people do Piko and Hamtaro not want to communicate with?
I don't like people who brag for too long. I don't like people who always say bad things about other people.
I think that kind of person is someone that people all over the world would dislike too.
And how about you?
Me? Let's see.
I got it! A person who always rejects other people's opinions. Right! I also don't like people who deny everything. You too? Yay! Yay!
Okay. The people I don't want to communicate with are the ones who interrupt me and start talking about themselves.
No way! There's no one like that here.